10 years from now,
you know, will
man,
we have like subscription models? Will manufacturers be selling direct or
I definitely,
tell you,
on the new car side, I definitely feel the manufacturers, we all know this. This is no secret. The manufacturers are going to be way more involved in the consumer process. So yes, do I see a place where it's going to be dealers or more as fulfillment for online orders that are direct from the manufacturer? Absolutely. You know, I think that that's possible.
Why do you think that is?
Because, well, if you just watch TV sometimes, like just look at an ad. I think it was, man, I don't even want to say the OEM because I don't, but there's an ad that ran that was an OEM ad and it's on TV and it says, reserve yours now, go to www.blank.com, right? So they're pushing that. And the other thing is I was at a dealership, I'm not going to say the manufacturer, a customer came in and was like, I already put in the order for such and such. And I was just wondering what the status was. The dealership didn't even know anything about it. There was no communication to them about this customer even putting that order in. It was all from the consumer to the manufacturer. So that's where, and this isn't all OEMs, so I don't want to blanket it, but because there are some OEMs that are really taking a team approach with the dealers, they're locking arm in arm. And there's some other manufacturers that I feel like they're stepping on dealers' toes. But my advice to dealers, even right now, if you don't have a used car store that you can separate and brand, you need to do that now. That's what I would say, because the used car business is always going to be huge. You know, like we always talk about the franchise, that we look at new car numbers, but we don't talk about the used car numbers enough. And so if you have OEM, you know, Jones family company, whatever it's called, they should be creating Jones used car superstar centers, you know, something like that. Because if you look at some of the top, right? Look at CarMax. I don't mind saying their name, or Carvana, whatever. Even if Carvana's down, look at what they have. They can do whatever they want. Why? Because they're not ran by an OEM. What were you going to say, Reed?
Well, honestly, I'm a big believer in, you know, go after the buy, not the sell. Yeah. But if you did notice, though, I think Carvana and Vroom and companies like that will suffer, because I still believe that buying in a car is an emotional purchase. Absolutely. You have to drive it to make sure you like it, you know, before you buy it. And I think these people are having that discontent after, and that's where they're seeing less, you know, and CarMax is seeing more.
But that, and people still love to connect with people. Like, look what we're doing now. We still love to connect with each other. So as much as it sounded great to make a $30, $40, $50, $60,000 purchase online and not talk to a human being, what we're seeing now is that people, what's that?
No fun.
Yeah, what we're seeing now is people are like, no, like, because it's that after the sale too, right? That's so important. You just spent 50 grand. You want to feel appreciated after the sale. You want somebody following up with you. You want to know that your service needs are
I'll pick you up. I'll pick your car up for service.
Boom. You see what I mean? So that's what's important in terms of why some of these companies might struggle with that. Because I think consumers just really need to have the options anyways. Yeah. Like sometimes I feel like companies and vendors, we push our agenda on the consumers and say, everybody's going to do digital retailing. When the answer really lies, what does the consumer want to do?
Right.
It should be those different options. Just like if we went to a grocery store, right? You can now do what? You can have that sucker dropped off to your house. You can go in, you can do your scan yourself. You can wait in line and deal with real people, because some people still want a real person to check them out. They got it down pat, and dealers need to implement the same strategy.